Okay, once again, all of you, I welcome the lecture series of microprocessors and microcontrollers. Today, we are also again discussing the programmable interrupt controller 8259 or 8259A. Okay, we know that 8259 can also it is connected to both you know that 8086 microprocessor it is connected to. So in this one we are connected to the by connecting the input output devices we are connecting to the 8259A or whatever. So it is going to use it to connect the 8086 microprocessor at the same time 8085 microprocessor. So what is the use of this one? By using this device, so we are able to connect the 8 interrupt devices. 8 interrupt devices. Okay. So now see this in 8086 actually we have only 2 interrupts. Only 2 interrupts. So 8085 microprocessor we have 5 interrupts. We are converting or you require more number of interrupts for the device. So on that time you are using it as a this 8259A. You know that the performance or the ability of the microprocessor is mainly depends upon the number of interrupts. If the more the interrupts, the microprocessor is more powerful microprocessor. So again, the interrupts are two types. You know that interrupts are two types. What are the two types? So masked interrupts, masked, and second one is non-masked. So by using this 8259A device, you are forming the masked interrupts. 8 type of masked interrupt devices we are going to connect. Okay. So now see this. This is a small description about the 8259A or whatever. Okay. So now see this. What is the features of this one? This is connected to the both 8086 microprocessor and 8085 and 8086 microprocessor. So it can be used to in some mode in cascading mode. It is also possible to connect the 64 interrupt levels also. Okay, in cascading mode. Okay, so this is the pin diagram of for this one. This is 28 pin. So these are the interrupts. These are the so input and output devices. So this is the highest priority. Highest priority. This is the lowest priority. Okay, IR0. Whenever you are connected to the device as IR0, that is the highest priority. So for suppose you are connecting the devices 8 devices. Out of 8 devices, you are giving IR0, IR3, and IR7 for 3 devices interrupt request. So the microprocessor or nothing but this device will execute the IR0 first, then after IR3, then after IR7 because this IR0 has the highest priority, as the most priority, most priority. Okay. So this is the architecture of the 8259 or 8259A. So you know that this is the 8086 side. So this is 8086 microprocessor connections. So this side is also 8086 8086 microprocessor connections, data bus read and write control. As you know that, so in this we have CWR. So this CWR is very important. It is divided into the so initialization command word registers as well as operation command word registers. Again, this CWR. So this cascade buffer and cascade is used to in cascading mode. Cascade mode. So you have different types of so this control logic controls the inputs and outputs given by the 8086 microprocessor. Okay, now see this, we have this devices is see this most preference. This is the least preference. Okay, so then you know that data bus buffer, data bus buffer is, that and so for each line, that this is the 8-bit register, 8-bit register, 8-bit register. So IR0 to the IR7. So 8-bit register, 8-bit register are 8 lines, are 8 lines. So each line you are connected to the one device. So IR7 is one line, IR1 is one line, IR0 is one line. So whenever you are connected IR0, any device that is the most preferable device or highest priority device. So whenever you are connected to any device to the IR7, that is the least preferred device in compared to the interrupt execution. Okay, so so that what that different types of registers are available here. So what are the different types of registers? Interrupt request register, then priority reserve, in service register, then mask interrupt mask register IMR. So interrupt request register is stores the bits that are given by the this IR0, IR1, IR7, and so on. So this in service register, whenever you see this in service register, you know that so which device is executed, interrupt device is executed. Suppose IR3, IR4, IR5, which device is executed? So by seeing this one, so you know that 8259A is executing which interrupt request. IR0, IR1, IR2 device or whatever. So this priority resolver is resolves the, so we are giving preference to the which device. We are giving preference to the which device. So when you press the or whenever giving input in IR3 or suppose IR5, IR7. Out of this one, which device we are giving the first preference? So this is the first preference, this is the second preference, this is the third preference. Because in order in this order, IR3 is the most preference value. Then after to the IR5, so this will done by this one. So this information, this maskable information, this bits information is stored in this mask register. So that is this register. Then that cascade buffer. You know that by using this one cascade buffer, you have the master and slave pins. You see that. So then a slave program and enable buffer. So whenever in cascading mode, so it work as a master and slave. So whenever this SP bar is equal to the 1, so it can master is working, otherwise slave is working. So this is pin is 1, I nothing but is equal to 1, so works as master mode. So 1 master. So this is this pin is useful in the cascading. It is 0 slave mode. Okay, this one. So this one, this command words we are going to classified into two groups, command word registers. So initialization command words as well as the operation. Initialization means, so whenever you are writing this 8-bit CWR, this 8-bit CWR, you know that we have 4 different types of initialization command words. 4 different, four initialization command word based initialize are used in this purpose 8259A to serve the more number of modes and more number of functions performed by this 8259A. You use the 4 ICWS. So initialization command words, 4 initialization command words. So initialization means before starting up this 8259A, nothing but working on this one, you have to initialize which mode it is going to operate, whether it may be a fully nested mode or level triggered mode or cascading mode or like that. Okay, you have to initialize that. So for that purpose, initialization for which mode it is going to operate or which request it is going to serve and all the things, we are going to utilize this 4 ICWs. First ICW, first ICW is used to the if so not is used to the so edge triggered mode is used to the level or edge triggered mode. In this one, A0 equal to 0, then D4 is equal to 1. This is a 8-bit register. You know that? So this is a 8-bit register. This is a 8-bit register. All the registers that are going to use in 8259A is the 8-bit registers. So then second ICW. Then second ICW is nothing but A0 is equal to 1. So is used for the uh, so interrupt vector address used for the interrupt vector address. Interrupt vector address. Similarly, we have IC W. Then the third one, then fourth one is also there. Then fourth one. You see this one by one. So how to initialize? So then what is this ICW3 is used for cascading mode. ICW4 is used for is used for the another functionalities and cascade mode. This cascade. So how to initialize this 4 command nodes? How to initialize this 4? How to initialize this 4 ICWS? You see this. First of all, you must initialize the ICW1 and ICW2. Then so 2 are over. Then what about the ICW3, ICW? Whenever you are required that operations, then only you can initialize. Otherwise, you can leave it one. So you must initialize the ICW1 and ICW2 first. So then whenever you want to cascade mode, then you can initialize the ICW3. Okay, whenever you want that ICW4, then only you can initialize. Otherwise you can leave that one. So first of all you must initialize the ICW1 and the ICW2 first. So if this is sufficient to serve the interrupt request, so then directly coming to this step 3. But you require the cascade mode and all, you can go for the ICW3 and the ICW4. So this is the series, this is ICW1. So what is ICW1? If A0 is 0, D4 is 1. The remaining. So if it is needed, so see this ICW4 is needed. See this, if it is needed, so that is going to the 1. Yes, if S is 1, see this, if S is 1 needed, otherwise it is 0. Then single in single mode or cascade. You use if you single nothing but this is meaning of the ICW3. This is the meaning of the ICW nothing but a cascade mode. If you require this one, you put this 0 series 0. Otherwise, it is going to 1. See the single. It is single is 1 or 1. So ADA. So in the another mode, it may be of 8-bit or 4-bit or whatever. So now see this, it is level triggered. You know that ICW1 is edge or level triggered. Edge or level triggered. So that's why we are going to it is 1 is going to level trigger, 0 is going to the edge trigger. So what is this addresses? This 3 will indicates as the addresses in 8085 mode. So nothing but A7, A6 and A5 is indicates 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 and so on in 8085 microprocessor. In 8086 microprocessor, these are the don't cases. Don't case. So in 8086 microprocessor, these are the don't case. Yes, we completed this one. Then coming to the ICW2. ICW2 is used to the vector addresses. So nothing but vector addresses in the sense. So which we are going to are out of that addresses. You know that in the sense out of 8 bits. So each and every input, interrupt, we have some address. So which address is served the first? So that are given by this. So these three is connected to the 80 in the 85 microprocessor. 85 microprocessor is connected to the 8086 microprocessor. These are connected to the A15 to A11 lines, address lines, address lines. You understand? Address lines. Then what about this T3 to the T7? This will indicate the for sorry. Okay. What? Okay. This is T3 is used for the, this. So sorry. These three are used for the for 8085 microprocessor. This three. Sorry. This three is used for the A15 to the A11 in 8086 microprocessor. This is one for ICW. Now since this is ICW, you know that ICW3 and ICW4 is used for the cascade mode. ICW3 and ICW4 are used for the cascade mode. So this ICW3 is the master mode and ICW4 is the slave. Nothing but ICW3, sorry. ICW3 is used for both master and slave mode. Master and slave mode. The only difference is in the slave mode, these bits are 0. So in the master mode, these bits are 0, 0, 1. So nothing but S3, S4, S6, S7. These are the slave devices. So slave devices. So S1. So these are the 8 devices. These are the 8 devices. So S0 to the S7, 8 devices. So in cascading mode, you have one master. Remember, one master device is controls the 8 slave devices. 8 slave devices. This 8 slave devices, each slave device is connected to the 8 interrupts. Remember how that cascading mode we have in the cascading mode one master, okay, 8 slaves. So each slave is served the 8 interrupts. So 8 into 8. So 8 interrupts, 8 devices. 8 into 8. So total 64 interrupts. So this 8 slave devices is controlled by this master device. So this is the master mode. So in this master mode, so this is 8080. Then the remaining are the 8 devices. Is nothing but S0 to the if S0 is 1, nothing but slave device 0. It is S1, slave device 1, S2, slave device 2, and R. So in the slave mode, you know that in the slave mode, so whenever you want, so remain in this A01, remain in this ID0, ID1, and ID7. So nothing but this 3. So out of this D2, this 3 devices is nothing but the combination of these 3 devices. Combination, the series combination D2, D1, D0 combination 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, and so on 1, 1, 1. So nothing but 8 devices. 8 interrupt request devices. 8 interrupt request devices. Series. So D2, D0 is the 8 interrupt request devices. So ICW4 is used to the buffer modes. So you see this different modes, again the different modes. So how the different modes will look. So then second type of command words is the operation command words. Operation command words. So once initialization is over, so microprocessor nothing but this 8259A is going to operate that commands. So what are these operations? So that operations is performed by for that purpose we require different types of CWR. So first one is the OCW1. So nothing but operation command words first. So if it is 1, so remaining 8 bits, these are masked as well as reset. So we have 3 different OCWs are there. So OCW1 is used to mask the unwanted interrupt request. For suppose you have the 8 devices, for suppose 8 devices, IR0, IR1, and so on, IR7. For suppose unwanted, you can give in the IR3 and IR4. Then you can just stop the IR4 and you can give in the IR7. So for these operations, we are going to use the ICW. Then ICW2 is nothing but the 3 devices. So end of interrupt controller, then the slave modes and all we are going to use this. So see this OCW2 is nothing but the operation command word is to see these three bits. Simply they can so represented in opposite direction. See this. So 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1. You see this is 7, this is 0, this is 1, this is 6, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see this 7, 3 bits. 6. So see this remaining bits. So in opposite direction, I can give this. So 6 is sorry, you can mistake in that one. You can sorry, you can erase this one. That 3 bits combination is series. See this. L2, L1, L0, nothing but 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. This is 1. Sorry, this is 0, this is 1. 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 1, 3, 1, 0, 0. This is 4. 1, 0, 1. This is 5. 1, 1, 0. This is 6. 1, 1, 1. This is 7. See this. 7 means here this one. Then 6 means see this. See simply 101, 101, 5. So the 3 bits are indicated in this one. So this remaining UI end of interrupt control SL and R is given to this one. These are the 3 bits. These are also the 3 bits, and nothing but this end of interrupt. So UI, then automatic rotation next one, and specified rotation the next one. So this 2 bits 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 is indicates this. So in this mode we are using only in this one at the moment L0 to L2 we are using this combinations we are using. The next one the IC OCW3. See this this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Read IRR on the next RD, then this is the action. This is P. This indicates the poll command, no poll command. These are the different operating modes. You see now you can see this one. So now SNM is one operating, ESSM is one operating modes. Okay, different operating modes. So now coming to the today's class, different operating modes of 8259A. So that are performed by using this ICW and OCW. When you write the code for this ICWs and OCWs, so this 8259A is operating different operating modes. So see this first one is fully nested mode, then end of interrupt mode, auto rotation. So another automatic rotation, automatic UI mode, specific rotation, special mask mode, edge triggered and level triggered mode, pole mode, special nested mode, SL mode, special nested mode, SL mode, buffered mode, then cascade. So now we are going to discuss this one, cascade, a very important one. Out of this one, this cascade mode is very important. By using this cascade mode, we are going to operate this 64 interrupts. We are going to connect the 64 interrupts. Okay, so see this in cascading mode. So we have master and slave. You know that master and so in this mode we have the master one master and 8 slave devices. This master device is connected to the interrupt and INT interrupt acknowledgement to this 8 devices. So this device is this is come from the 8086 microprocessor. See this is come from the 8086 microprocessor. So master will controls the 8 slave devices. So the slave devices is given the interrupt requests, interrupt acknowledgement through this master. Who can given the commands to this master? So then 8086 microprocessor is given command to this master. So this master will commands the this 8 slave devices. Very simple. So this is the basic diagram of the cascading mode. Cascade. Very easy. So this is the master. Very easy. This is the master. You know that one master and 8 slave. Slave device is 0 to the 7. So nothing but 8 slave device. S0, S1, S2 and so on. 8 slave. So this is address bus. We can simply these are the from the 8086 microprocessor. 8086 microprocessor. So address bus. So control bus, data bus. Then you know that in the cascading mode, you specially use the cascading line CAS0 to the CAS2 to connect the this 8 devices. So nothing but CAS0, CAS1, CAS2, 3. So nothing but 3 inputs is nothing but see this 3 input combinations CAS0, CAS1, CAS2, nothing but 0000001 and so on 111, nothing but 8 combinations. So it is going to connect the 8 devices. 8 combinations, nothing but 000, slave 0, 001, slave 1, 010, slave 2. So G111, slave 7 and so on, like that. By selecting the slave devices, we are using this line CAS0 to the CAS. See this. Who can given these commands to this one CAS0 to the CAS1, CAS2? Who can given the commands this to a master device is given the. So out of this 8, which device you are going to set? See this. These are the devices. So these are the devices. See this. Each slave device we are going to connect the 8 interrupt devices. 8 interrupt devices. So 8 into 8 is equal to the 64 interrupts. 64. See this. This slave device. So each device is connected to the data bus. See this. Each device is connected to the data bus as well as this read and write controllers. CS and CS and AW. A0. So each device, each slave and master device is connected to the read and write control logic at the same time. These are the 8086 side. 8086 side. You cannot confuse this one. 8086 side. This is the 8086 side. This is the 8086 side. Okay. So see this M0 is connected. See this this master is also the 8 pins. So M0 is connected to the slave 0, M1 is connected to the slave 1, M2 is connected to the slave 2, M3 is connected to the slave 3. See this M4 is connected to this is slave 1, slave 2, slave 3, slave 4, slave 5, slave 6, and slave 7 is connected to this S7. This slave 7 S7 are slave 7. So this 8-bit combination is provided by this this one. So M0 is connected to the slave 1. So nothing but the interrupt signal. M0 is connected to the slave 0 of interrupt signal. See this. M0 is connected to the interrupt of slave 0. M1 is connected to the interrupt of slave 1. Similarly, M7 is connected to the interrupt of slave 7. Okay, see this at the same time. So this each and every device, okay, each and every device. Is connected to this control bus of the, you know, that control bus it can provide the interrupt and interrupt request or interrupt and INTA control device. You know what is data device D0 to the data bus D7. What is the address bus here? We are mentioning is A0 to the A1 here. A0 to the A1. A0 to the A1 is nothing but the, this one is A0 is CS bar A1. Nothing but second one is the A1. Okay, you see this. You okay, see this one. Okay, so whenever out of this eight devices, eight slave devices, for suppose slave device, for suppose slave device 7 is giving some interrupt request out of IR0 to the IR. Again, same here. This one is also same. Whenever you are connected to the IR0 as a one device, that is the most preferable device then compared to the IR7. So any device you are connected to the IR0, that is the most or highest priority device. So that priority is decreasing to the IRC. Okay. Similarly, if we are giving for suppose IR0 or IR2 is giving the an interrupt request. IR2 is giving the interrupt request. For suppose interrupt request. Okay, IR2. So this device is given interrupt request to this M7 device, master device. So this master device is given, see this master device is given interrupt request to the is nothing but the again to the 8086. If it is accepted that interrupt request, then through that master device is given to this interrupt acknowledgement sequence. Okay, very easy. Okay, very easy. Okay, maybe you will just see this one. You can you are just you are not confusing this one. This is the master device. This is, for suppose we are assuming this is the master device. This is master. So this master device is going to connect the, for suppose M7 device, slave S7 and so on, S0 and so on. First, just for your simplicity purpose, I am drawing this one. S0 device, slave 0 device. So again, these devices are connected to the IR7 to the IR0. Again, IR7 to the IR0 device and so on. So this is connected by the data bus. This is the 8086 data bus. Again, these are also connected by the interrupt INTA acknowledgement signal. So this is data bus D0 to the D7. Then it is connected by the control bus. Similarly, you're not confused. This is very easy diagram. So this is very easy diagram. Okay, we are not confused that one. So in the examinations, you must draw this diagram to get the marks. Okay. Then anyway, thank you for joining this class. Then tomorrow class we're going to discuss the